Get ready so we can stay ready. Welcome to Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barber. All right, let's get it in. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, the share this video, please, with your friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, on and on and on and on. Also, comment. I appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that like button. Alrighty then. If you are new to this channel, welcome. If you are returning, thank you for staying with me. Now, if you're returning, then you know what we do. And if you're new, just so you know, we start off with a squig of water together. We know that water helps detox our bodies. It flushes the toxins out. So we always need to drink plenty of water. So let's get that squig in together. Yeah, you know I like to pop it like that. Alrighty, so today we're going to be talking about if you're at a plateau, if you're stalling with that weight, you've been that weight for, I don't know, a week or two, things to help you through that process. But before we start that conversation, I just want to bring to your attention that it has been 30 days. Well, 30 days, 1 month since I posted the first Healthy Living with Miss Renee the Barber. And that particular video was day one. Day one. Here we are now, 1 month later, still going strong. I want to thank everybody who's been there for me. You understand that you have meant so much to me. Thank you with all your support, kind words of encouragement, your motivation, inspiration. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, because I really couldn't have done it without you. I'm just be honest with you. With the social media pressure, it's on. Alrighty then, it's on. That. I started out with basically 0 subscribers, and within that month, I'm almost at 100 subscribers with your help. Thank you so much. Now, I'm at according to analytics, YouTube analytics, I'm at 94 subscribers. So if you're watching this video and you find some helpful information and you have not yet subscribed, I'm just going to ask you to hit that button. I'm trying to get to, I need like 6 more subscribers. And with your help, I believe I can reach there probably, well, I would hope within 2 days. I'm hoping within 2 days, with your help, I will be able to get 6 more subscribers. So please share this content for someone who may need a little push, or someone who just needs the information. I would really greatly appreciate it. All right, now today we're talking about the stall, alrighty? That means like if you are on your weight loss program and you've hit a week or maybe 2 where the numbers on the scale have not changed, alrighty? These are some tips that you can do to move past that. We know not to get depressed, not to fall off the wagon during that time, but to rev up and get going. We need to reevaluate what we've been doing so that we can get through and past this period of time. Now, let me just add a word of caution. If it's been 1 week and you haven't seen numbers drop on the scale, all right, we're okay. Just be patient. Remember, this is a process. Now, if it's been 2 weeks, now We're going to be just slightly concerned. 3 weeks. Okay. We have to do something, okay? But if it's gone beyond 30 days and the scale has not moved, now there is a problem, all right? So these tips are for that stall process, whether it's been 1, 2, or 3, or maybe even 4 weeks. But let's just look into. I have 5 tips, and you know how I do it. I'm going to go through and I'm going to name all the tips, and then we're going to come back and discuss them a little bit in detail, okay? The first tip. Tip number 1, track your calories. Tip number 2, limit your cheat days. Tip number 3, limit your artificial sweeteners. Tip number 4, be careful with your condiments. Tip number 5, cut out those processed foods. All right, now let's go into a little bit more detail on each one of the tips. Tip number 1, track those calories. You know, in the beginning, we need to carefully track the calories that we're intaking. We know in order to lose weight, we have to be at a calorie deficit. So you have to watch your calories. Now, I do have a video available for a great calorie tracking program that you can easily download to your phone. The app can be found on Google Play Store. It's called Lose It. And that way you can keep track of your calories and you can have a visual of what actually you are intaking. Because, you know, or you could just easily journal it each day. Write down what you're eating. Sometimes we'll eat something so small, minute, it'll be very quick that it could be something like, let me just mention, it could be something like a peppermint, all right? Well, we know it has calories, so you need to jot that down. You need to document the calorie. You need to document that you did indeed have a peppermint. Now, does it really make that much difference? Well, maybe not, but if you have a peppermint every day or 2 or 3 times a day, now, yeah, it's starting to make a significant difference. And when you add up all your calories at the end of the week, you could be using 200 of your calories just based on the fact that you've had several peppermints. So be careful about the journaling and keeping track of your calories. You have to slow down in the sense of slow down and journal it. Slow down and enter it into the weight tracking or calorie tracking device. Because at first it's so important that you keep track of your calories, and then as you get used to it, you get a little loose with that and you can easily identify what food items and based on the portion, how many calories they have. And then you stop tracking them. But like I said, if your scale hasn't budged, maybe go back to actually keeping track and journaling the calories. And also keep in mind that every time you lose 10 to 15 pounds, you need to readjust, reevaluate your calorie intake. Okay? Tip number 2, limit your cheat days. Now, every now and then you may have a cheat day, but don't make it like a consistent, a regular thing. You may cheat maybe once a week, or only you can determine how often you're going to cheat. Okay? But just be mindful. The more you cheat, the more you're going to fall off that wagon, and it may be a slow process, but you need to get back on that wagon. The more you cheat, the slower your weight release, and you want to be able to maximize your weight release, so slow up on the cheat days or the cheat meals or the cheat moments, whatever you want to call it. Alrighty. Number 3, slow up on artificial sweeteners. You may be using products like what's it called, Steve-O, but there are some natural sweeteners in fruits, like the monk fruit is a good one. Like I use parade dates, that's another one. So just be mindful on your artificial sweeteners. If you want to drink like flavored water, now just be careful because there are hidden sweeteners in that flavored water. So you need to be careful. It's just best to just drink plain water. If you need to use a filter, then purchase a filter to be able to drink from your tap, all right? If you want to drink the flavored water, maybe you could just limit it to a certain amount each week. Maybe 1 a week, 2 a week. Only you can make that determination, all right? Now, tip number 4, condiments. Now this is a weakness for me because as you've seen, I have been having that craving for the mushrooms, and I like to dip my mushrooms in ranch dressing, but I have to come up with another alternative for ranch dressing. And it's not like I eat ranch dressing multiple times, but that is something, it's a recipe I'm going to have to come up with, and if you could help me with that, I'd appreciate it. Something that's non-dairy, but something that's like a natural ingredient would be great. I'd appreciate it. Just put it in the comment section. I appreciate it. And not only will it help me, but it will help all the viewers that are watching this video. So we need to just swap out like things like if you're doing ketchup, you need to swap it out or find a recipe that doesn't have the sweetener in the product. Tip number 5, cut out the processed food. I mean, I am not one to eat processed food. However, I have been tempted when I go to the gas station and I see a quick breakfast bar. I was somewhere. Was it at a drugstore? And I was hungry and there was a breakfast bar, and I thought, nah. The only reason why I didn't pursue in purchasing that breakfast bar because it was processed. So I'm not eating processed food, all right? But one thing that I am going to have to limit myself on is the amount of oil that I'm using. I did those recipes for the mushrooms, the plantains, and I did use grapeseed oil, but I'm going to have to reevaluate that and maybe just have those things maybe once every 2 weeks or maybe even once a month, all right? Just best to eat single ingredient foods, 1 ingredient foods. Therefore, you avoid any hidden sugars or sweeteners. And if you make your ingredients, if you make your food at home, you have more control of what is actually in your foods and what you are actually intaking. Be careful not to try to balance exercise with your food intake, okay? Because our goal, my goal, is to be healthy. So it doesn't matter how much exercise I do. If I'm not eating healthy, if I'm eating unhealthy, that's a sabotage for my health. So my focus is on eating healthy. Just remember that the scale is a guide. There are other ways to measure if you are losing weight besides the scale. Some people use the tape measure. I haven't used that. I use my pant size to determine if I'm also losing as they become loose. Sometimes we'll stall. Everyone has that period, a plateau, they stall. You may be bloated at that time, maybe just holding more water, maybe for a week, maybe for 2. That's not a true stall, okay? Also, just because the scale is not moving, it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. Your body is processing it. You've lost the weight and now your body has to catch up and it begins to shrink. Those fat pockets are shrinking. Now, try what you can out of the 5 tips. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You will lose some weight. Alrighty. It's been a pleasure being with you this evening. We're going to close this video out. Remember, hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Share. Please share. I got 6 more subscribers and we'll be at 100. I want to celebrate. Also, comment. I need new recipes. I need to know what you're doing to reach your maximum weight release. Alrighty, and then hit that like button. Alrighty, if you find so in your heart. Now, you got your water? Alright, so let's take that squig together. Here's to healthy living.